Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I've made a new pick a card read for you. This time it's full Celtic cross spread, love spread, the love tarot. I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into it is good. And each of these readings has a deeper dive as well. So in the deeper dive, in that extended reading, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out of these decks from the back here, these romance decks, to give you some guidance and further information into it all. I'll be getting timing cards out as well for possible timings of the progression forward. And so in that deeper dive, if you're interested in that deeper dive, then toward the end of each of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below, and that's where you can also find out your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? This is a aquamarine. Would you like the flower? Or the crystal? No, the shell. The shell. This knobbly one here. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like on this video down there as you're watching. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys and how it resonates with you. And what else? Yeah, click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as you're watching as well. I do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week. Let me know what you want them to be about in the comments below as well. If you want me to do different topics, that kind of thing, let me know and I'll do that for you. And I also go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show as well, and I do a daily energy update for the collective as well, so check that out on my YouTube channel by clicking that subscribe button along with that notification bell. Well, enjoy your reading. I'll see you in there. So if you chose the crystal, and this one's for you, crystals, let's do your full tarot spread along with the tarot of mystical moments here for your love life. Let's see what's going on in your love life right now. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with it. In that, I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out from these decks at the back here as well, these romance decks, to give you further clarity. Getting a timeline out as well if that's applicable for your reading. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get into it. What is this reading all about for you guys? 7 of Wands. This is the card of protection. This is about protecting yourself, or perhaps someone is protecting you in your love life at the moment, keeping you out of something, but maybe I think it's twofold. I think it's a need to protect yourself. Careful what you're getting into. Someone is in not trouble. If someone has drama going on in their lives at the moment, it might not be the right time to get involved with them, and so you might want to protect yourself from that and give them time to sort that stuff out. This could be someone that is protecting you as well from some drama that they've got going on in their lives too. So what else for crystals? So what is crossing crystals in this situation? Hierophant, the lessons that you've learned this before. You know not to get involved with someone when they've got drama going on. Let it blow over. Let them sort it out first. Let them be ready. Let them get ready first. You've learned this. You've pushed into a relationship before and got in at the wrong timing, and it's been a mess. You don't need to take that on. There's no rush here. Why are you trying to rush into a relationship? 6 of Pentacles. This is reciprocated, right? Okay, so it could be that. So this could be what is causing you to want to rush into it, is that you don't think it's reciprocated, so you think you need to kind of take your chances when you can, get into it fast because you're not really trusting it. But 6 of Pentacles says this is reciprocated, so you can wait. You can wait for this, for them to sort that, the drama. I'm just getting drama from that 7 of Wands, that they're protecting you from some kind of drama. So you've learned this lesson before, not to push into dramatic situations like that. So if there's someone else involved, you don't need to win out. That's your ego that wants to get involved straight away and be the winner, right? What's better than being the winner in a dramatic situation? It's peace. It's peace, so yeah, you might need to wait things out. So how do things appear on the face of it? You've got the Queen of Pentacles. You're very stable. You've got this stable energy. You're appearing very stable on the face of it, but are you really that stable underneath it? Let's see what's really behind that. I think what's really behind that, according to this, I think you've got some insecurities there coming up in this that's crossing you here. But anyway, what's really behind that, the Queen of Pentacles, is the Nine of Cups. Your heart really wants this. Right, so Nine of Cups is your wish fulfillment. This will be the emotional wish fulfillment for you. So you're seeming very stable on the surface of it. Behind all of that, you're yearning for this. Your heart really wants it. So you're emotionally involved in this more than you care to admit, perhaps, to the other person. And there's with this Queen of Pentacles, there's that feeling of wanting to control this, or be in charge of this, or have it work out the way that you want it to work out. Yeah, just navigate this very carefully. I mean, it's very telling that the Seven of Wands came out, because that is the card of protect yourself, and you're being protected by your person as well. Very much a feeling like it's not the right timing while there's drama going on. What is the past energy, recent past energy? Four of Cups. There you are, feeling left out of things, very disappointed by it, not seeing like this is not happening for me kind of thing. It's just not happening, being left out and all of that. It's been disappointing in the recent past for you. Yeah. What's coming in the near future then? What's coming in for crystals in the near future? The near future for crystals. We've got the Eight of Swords. Yeah, feeling bound, feeling like you're not in control of things, like you can't move things forward, like you're trapped in this situation. There's nothing you can do about it. You don't have any control over it. So you've kind of got more of the same, really. I'm just, over and over again, there's this feeling like you want to take control, you want to take charge, you want to make it happen, you want to win, you want to help sort the drama out or get your person away from this drama or whatever. And again, it's like, take me back to this Seven of Wands card in the middle, going, you can't do that. This isn't your remit. It's not your responsibility. You're not the one. This is not your stuff. It's not your stuff. It's their stuff. So, yeah, you just need to take a back seat at the moment. And perhaps if you let go more, gives them the space, the energetic space to sort it out for themselves. This could also be a question of trusting your person as well to sort something out. Sort out their own stuff. What is this reading also about? It's about protecting yourself and then protecting you. It's also about you, Queen of Wands, you being in that Queen of Wands energy, which is the go-getter. This is the one that's like, I make myself happy. I have got my own business. I've got my own house. I've got my own life. I've got my own friends. I create my own happiness and I go out and get that. So it's very kind of an independent kind of an energy there, which is really nice. Meanwhile, Three of Wands, waiting for perfect timing for the romantic stuff to start off. I mean, I'm just getting the same message over and over again for this reading. Now is not the time for this relationship. You're going to have to wait for that perfect timing there. Meanwhile, enjoy your life and keep on getting wins for yourself and goes for those things that you want. Can't manifest this relationship at the moment. What are your fears? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is the card of communication. So you're fearing communication coming in. You're fearing that it's not what you want to hear. You're fearing that if they say something, it's going to be negative. Now, if you are trying to rush someone or push someone to get into a relationship with you while they've got drama going on, that could be why. You could be picking up on that energy of like, if someone's not ready and you try and push them into it, it's going to be a no. And that rejection could really hurt. Yeah, so there's a fear of what they might say, of what that reaction might be. Could be picking up on that correctly if you've got this urge to control or manipulate. Got a Six of Cups here as well, so there's this feeling of, well, you've got a fear here of the past. Coming around again. The past recreating itself. Going through the same experiences that you went in the past. You're trying to do things differently this time, and you fear that it's just going to work out or not work out as other relationships have in the past. Yeah, you're invested in this. This is a relationship that you really want, crystals. I can see that very clearly in this. And it's not a relationship that's ripe and ready yet because of some drama that's going on. And that's not within your remit. And so you really do need to take a step back from this relationship at the moment and let your person get ready. What are your hopes? Crystals, what are your hopes? Six of Wands for victory. You're hoping for victory, so you're hoping to be the winner, and that was the energy that I was getting, that you want to be the winner, you want to be the victor here over this drama. And I don't think there's any winners over drama. You're either involved in the drama and everyone's a loser because they're involved in that drama, or you're not involved in it and then you become the winner in the end. So you can have the win, but not by getting involved in the drama. So judgment, you're hoping for a judgment. So you're hoping for like karma to sort this thing out. You're very much involved in the drama here. Even if you're not involved in the 3D world, inside of yourself you're involved. And this reading is saying be careful what you wish for here, because I don't think the victory through this judgment, through this karma, is going to be as sweet as you think it's going to be. Just take your time with this instead. And yeah, well, we'll see how it unfolds. Let's get the outcome cards out. So I will be revealing these outcome cards in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. I'll also be getting cards out from all of your decks there. Ooh. At the back to give you further clarity on all of this. Let's get you some advice as well of how to handle this at the moment, and getting a possible timing out as well for when things might change. So I've got your first outcome card out. I'm going to get you a few out because I want this to be an unfolding story of the outcome and how this is going to progress. Then we've got that one. Ooh. And then that one. And then two more. Okay, so you've got 6 outcome cards there. Let me just check what these. Oh, nice. Okay, so 6 outcome cards there. Tell quite the story, quite a progression there. So if you're interested in finding out what they are, along with that reading, along with all of these other cards, you can get that in that deeper dive if you want to follow me in there, because this is your story, or it could be your story. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder. So check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that crystal on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell as well. And if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flowers, let's find out. Let's do the full Celtic Cross love spread for you. Find out all about your love life. Going to be using the Light Seers Tarot here for your reading. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That is an extended reading that goes with this reading. If you find that this is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that, because in that I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread. I'll also be getting cards out from these romance decks that I've got back here as well for further clarity for you. We've got a good timing card out as well for when changes might happen. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's see what your reading is all about. What is this reading all about? It's about the Wheel of Fortune. This is about destiny and fate, this reading. Wow, are you in a new connection at the moment? Some kind of a fated connection. Whatever's going on in your life is destined right now. This is an important phase in your life. You might be feeling that. Could be a very important relationship. Could be talking twin flame soulmate relationship here. What is crossing you in this? So what is hindering you? What is crossing flowers in this situation? Queen of Swords, boundaries. This is a frostiness. This is a being closed down. This is a like a very much a no kind of an energy. Look, her heart is locked up in a cage below her like that, and she is all about her mind at the moment. She's kind of ruthlessly got a boundary there going, no, like no, I've locked my heart away now, that I will not open up to you. I don't care if you're destined for me. There is a definite red flag or some kind of a boundary that you're having to uphold there, saying, no, this is a no. You've got a deal breaker here, and it feels to me like you're just like, it's just a no. Like, I will not go there, I cannot go there. So it could be that the person that's destined for you, they've got something else going on at the moment, or some kind of there's an impediment to this happening, and you've got a clear boundary on that, so much so that you've locked your heart away. Okay, so how do things appear on the face of it? The flowers. How do things appear on the face of it? The flowers. On the face of it, this has huge potential. The seeds that are being planted right now, you could be so happy together. You could not just be happy, but this could be very abundant. You could grow a life together. Like, this is it. It feels like it to you. This is the relationship. Like, we're perfect for each other kind of thing. This could be amazing. We could have everything together. What's really behind that? What's really behind that? Ace of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. There's a rushing energy to this. A wanting to rush in, or wanting to get it now. So on the surface of it, it appears like this. It's a long-term thing. The Ace of Pentacles, you plant that seed and it grows into something really big long-term. But what's really behind that? Well, you want to rush in. That's an opposite kind of an energy. When you plant seeds, you don't expect, it's not a rush. You can't plant a seed and then, get it to grow faster. You have to plant the seed and then nurture that environment. You have to be consistent with it, watering it every day and giving it sunshine and all that kind of thing, tending to it. It's not the Knight of Swords energy. Knight of Swords energy is a quick in and out. So you might be approaching this relationship like it's not a big thing, like it's a short in and out kind of thing. You might have been used to short-term relationships, or relationships that weren't going anywhere, and getting into them quickly. And you want, even though this is a really good relationship, one that could be something much more, you're still trying to do it in that same way, to rush into it. There's got to be a different approach here. Now, so you're trying to rush into this. Let's get this straight. You're trying to rush into this because this is a fated connection and you feel it. It could be a long-term thing. So you need to slow right down. But then the Queen of Swords is crossing you. So because you want to rush into it and it's not happening fast, then you're drawing up a boundary going, absolutely not kind of thing. You're like hot and cold. This is fast or it's nothing at all. But then there's this inner knowing that this could be really big, which is contradictory. If it's really big, if it can be really big, and if this is fated, it's going to be a slow progression. It's not going to be a one-night stand. It's not going to be the same approach. For long-term relationships that are going to grow into something, there's a very different approach to take in that. Your granny told you. Okay, so what's the recent past energy? The recent past energy. So there's not anything terribly wrong here. It's just a change in approach. You've got impatience is what's going on here. And perhaps not a predisposition, but a lot of experience with rushing into things in the past. Getting involved straight away, committing straight away, being all your heart in straight away instead of taking it very slowly. Recent past energy is Two of Pentacles, being undecided, weighing up your options, balancing things up. Yeah, very much like an indecision kind of a balance, just finding balance and trying to keep yourself balanced, perhaps in a very exciting situation. This, I just saw like racehorses, when racehorses are going to run a race and they put them in those kind of box thing, and then they lift that, and before, when they're in that, they've got the jockey on top of them, and they're getting a bit agitated. I'm getting that that's your energy at the moment. It's like you're in a box at the moment, you're raring to go forward, but that gate hasn't been lifted, so you're getting a bit antsy about it, a bit agitated. So recent past, you've been trying to balance yourself up, balance those energies up, calm yourself down. You're trying to get to this place. So no doubt this guidance isn't new to you. You've already heard this, that there's no rushing into this. You need to take it slowly. You need to take a new approach. But actually getting yourself into that energy requires you to balance your energy up, because you're raring to go and you're getting agitated by that gate being closed in front of you. It's agitating you, which is making it harder for your energy to be in this long-term game. It's like we can get this way with money as well. So if you're not doing very well with money, the answer is to start saving money bit by bit, right? Until you feel better, because you've got that cushion behind you. And then once you feel better, because you've got that cushion behind you, it's so much easier to manifest abundance. But it's done really slowly like that. But when we're in this agitated space, what we try and do instead is use what little money we've got to buy lotto tickets and things like that. It's that same antsy kind of, I want it now. And then we do the wrong things. We do the things that aren't going to get us what we truly want. We don't start putting money away. It's that you need to start putting money away. You need to just little by little edge toward this relationship and let it be what it is, instead of that all or nothing kind of, I want this now or not at all. What's coming in your near future? What's coming in your near future? Flowers? Near future energies for flowers. Death and rebirth. So a major ending leading to a new beginning. Now, I feel that this is in your energy, and you might be thinking, oh, great, yeah, my person needs to have an ending so that we can start this up. I'm getting that this is your energy. I think there's going to be a complete turnaround in your energy. A death of the old you kind of thing. The old you, I feel, is this, the one that was getting into relationships that weren't quite right for you and rushing into that, overriding your feelings. Because we want to be in relationship, and you've settled before for less than what you really wanted. In order to do that, you needed to rush into it. Because if you took your time, it wouldn't happen. If you took your time, it wouldn't happen, and you knew that, but you wanted a relationship, so you settled by rushing into it. So I feel like this is your death and rebirth, you becoming a different person, a complete change within yourself, complete change of heart in a way, a complete change of approach. But it feels like you're a whole new person because of it. What is this reading also about? Well, it's about this fated connection that you've got, the Wheel of Fortune. It's about you putting the burdens down too. So you've been carrying burdens. Right. So what was I just saying then? This feeling that I've got that you were trying to get into a relationship. You knew that it wasn't possible to get into a good relationship. So you were settling. And to settle, you couldn't take it the slow way, because if you took it the slow way, then it would just be a no before it even happened. You know, if you dated, got to know them slowly, you would have found out that it was no. But instead you rushed into it, and then you had the few months or whatever with them, and then it was a no. If you take your time with it, that relationship is never going to get off the ground, because you're going to find out a no before you've really got into it. And so that the burdens that you've picked up along the way, in order to get into relationships, the burden of what you have to put up with in order to get in relationships, the burdens that you've had to shoulder to have any kind of a relationship, you need to let that go. It's the burdens you're willing to carry to settle in your relationship, you need to let that go. And in letting that go, that's going to free you up from this rushing in energy. Does that make sense? I hope so. We'll give you more help on that in the deeper dive as well, if that's resonating with you. What are your fears? Fear that I'm going to fling the cards on the floor. Your fears are the Two of Cups. So you're actually fearing them coming in with a romantic offer for you. And I'm not getting that you're fearing the offer. I'm getting that you're fearing the actual event when they show up at your doorstep, or when they come to your workplace, or when they call you up. You'd be like, you know, it's the fear of that moment in time when they do approach you. A lot of anxiety there. A lot of anxiety because of the gravity of this. This is your fated connection and you feel it. But you're both having to do things very differently this time than you used to when you got into relationships that weren't right for you. And it was not that you've just practiced a really crappy way of getting into relationships. Like I said, you had to practice that wrong way of getting into relationships so you even get into a relationship in the first place. You're fearing this, Four of Wands, locking it in. This is like firm foundations. So you're actually fearing this happening because it's scary, because this means a lot to you. You really want this. So you've got still a lot of fear. Still is what I heard. You've still got a lot of fear around this actually happening. So there's a part of you wants it to happen, a part of you that just wants to run screaming when you see them coming. Because this is a big deal. It is. It's a big deal. And it's very different energy than you've had before in relationships. So you're headed into the unknown, headed into a better relationship. It's that whole, we're more scared of our power than we are of, our weaknesses. We're more scared of actually getting what it is that we want because it's a big deal. This relationship is a big deal. So what are your hopes? You'd think that those cards were hopes, right? And in a way it is. You are hoping for those things, but you equally are scared of them. What are your hopes? What are Flower's hopes? Four of Swords. Rest, relaxation. You want to break from this. This is hard work for you, isn't it? Emotionally. It is. You want to break from this. It's like, I just want to rest. Can they just come in? Can we just rush into this relationship and then I can feel not connected, but feel attached, and so then I can relax, because the getting into it is traumatic. The Fool. You're hoping for that, that new start, like just to be free of all of this and to go in on it. I get it. You want to be in that teenage kind of an energy of just, let's do this, let's get into it fast, let's just jump into bed with each other and then it'll all be good. Then we'll feel attached to each other and we won't have any of this angst kind of thing. I get it, but that's not the way this one's going to happen, because you've got a fated connection here and it just needs to be a slow grow thing. Very important that it is. Because as you slow grow it, you're going to build those firm foundations, and then through those firm foundations it's going to be a really solid relationship. You fear taking it slowly because you think this is like the other relationships, and it's not. This is not like the other relationships. This is a fated relationship. So you fear taking it slowly because you think it's going to be a no along the way, and don't believe it is. Not this one anyway. This is resonating with you. So let's get your outcome cards out. So what is the outcome for Flowers then? I'm going to get a few cards out so that we've got a progression in this outcome. I will reveal these in the deeper dive, in that extended reading. So if you find that this is your story, it could be a story, you might want to get that. Hey, it's your first outcome card. Woo! Love it. What else? Very nice. Wow. Okay. And it's just getting better and better, these cards. One more to clarify that last one there. There we go. Yep. Awesome. Okay, so you have 5 outcome cards there. Beautiful progression here. I love it. Yeah, so if you want to find out what these cards are, what that story is here that you can expect coming up, and also I'll be getting cards out here for advice for you as well with this that you're going through. Let's get some more advice for you. I'll be getting a timing card out for all of this as well for you. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. Type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so check those places. In that email, you'll see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that flower on a device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there, leave a comment, and click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell as well. So if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell, and this one's for you, shells, let's find out about your love life. Let's do a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread with the Muse Tarot here. So as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this, shell, so that is an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that this is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that, because in the extended reading I'm going to reveal the outcome cards from this Celtic Cross spread, and I'm also going to be getting cards out from all of these decks back here on these shelves to give you further clarity on all of that as well. I'll give you some advice. We're getting a timing card out for you as well. So if you're interested in that, toward the end of this reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get into it. What is this reading all about? Well, your first card out is about 5 of Inspiration. This is about practice. And then these two cards came out, Ace of Inspiration and the Ace of Voices. Well, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Two cards of a new start in passion and having clarity. It's thought and it's passion. This is your heart and your mind aligned for a new start. And it's practice about that. 5 of Inspiration. So you're practicing that. Now, for some of you, you might have got into relationships where they look good on paper, your mind was aligned with that. This seems like a good choice, let's get into this. You'll have also been in relationships where your heart, you fancied them. The passion was there. It wasn't necessarily good on paper, but hey, you let your heart rule over that. So we've all had that. We've all been in those different kinds of relationships. This time you've got both. The head and the heart aligned. This is a good choice for both your head and your heart. And that requires practice. Why? Because this is a different situation. This is a whole different ball game. It requires some kind of practice. So that's what this reading is all about. Of how do you navigate this relationship or this potential relationship with someone where your heart and your mind are aligned. Because potentially how you navigated a relationship that was just right in your mind is different to how you navigate a relationship that's just right in your heart with that passion and all of that, of course. Get into those very differently. Well, when your heart and your mind are aligned, when you're both, which one do you do? Which approach do you take? Well, there's a new approach. What's crossing you in there? So what's hindering you? Shells. At the moment, what's hindering you? What's crossing you? 2 of Materials. Don't know what to do. I'm not sure. I've got to balance things up. Like I can't figure it out. I don't know what to do. Can't figure it out. You'll be having this pull, some of you, to lead with your heart and your passion and have a fling with them. That's how those kind of relationships happen, is that you get physically connected soon and then let it develop from there. How the other ones, and another part of you will be like, no, take this slowly, let's do it the traditional way kind of thing, you know, like you would if your parents had picked someone out for you and all of that, you know. It's the other extreme of doing it with your mind, of that, what's the word I'm looking for? Like an, what do you call it? When you're kind of dating someone, but there's an old-fashioned term for it. That, I've got chivalry in my head. It's not chivalry. It's something like that. Anyway, dating old school fashion kind of thing, perhaps even with parents being around at the time, you know, so that it's just taking it, it's just another extreme, right? And so you might have these 2 pulls. It's like, no, I should do it that way. It's like, no, I should do it this way. And it's like, okay, there's a balance between these, and you're trying to figure out what that is. How do things look on the face of it? Looks like you're single, independent. It looks like you're single and independent. So it looks like it's hard for you to get into this relationship. Like you're so independent that you perhaps asking yourself, am I pushing away relationships because I'm so independent? You're not. It's a very good place to be. That you'll be attracting a healthy relationship from that point. There's not that many people that are out there available for healthy relationships, though. Just be careful of that. So if you're in this single, independent kind of an energy, because the majority of people out there are not ready for a healthy relationship that could make you feel like you are pushing a relationship away, because the unhealthy ones, they just can't deal with that. They can't deal with someone being single, independent, who's happy by themselves. They need you to need them kind of thing for an unhealthy relationship. So you might be in this single, independent, and nobody's asking, no one's approaching you, because the majority of people are unhealthy. So that's kind of a good thing, but it's kind of a disappointing thing too. What's really behind that is Queen of Emotions. You're wide open. You ain't shut down. You are wide open. I love this. A Queen of Emotions. She's open and receptive. So you're thinking like, oh, maybe I'm being a bit too single, a bit too independent, and I'm pushing people away. It isn't true. What's really true is that you're wide open to the right thing, the right kind of relationship, to a healthy relationship. Perfect. So what's your recent past energies? What's been in your recent past? Shells, recent past. What's been in your recent past? Seven of Materials. You've been planting those seeds. You've been tending to the environment. You've been doing the work. You've been doing internal work, self-love, healing yourself, all of that kind of thing. Patiently putting that work in so that you are ready for a healthy relationship. You're over it, aren't you? You're over the unhealthy relationships. Like I said, you've experienced both sides of it. The Ace of Voices sides of boringly getting into a relationship that looks good on paper, slowly. And then you've been Ace of Wands as well. You've been the passion, I fancy you, get your coat you've pulled kind of thing, and then it try and stick around each other because of that intoxication that you get from each other, and try and make it into a relationship from that. You've experienced both of those things, and as a result, you've realized, I need to heal myself. I need to get myself to the point where I am single, independent, where I'm feeling better about myself now, where I don't yearn to be in the wrong relationship and all of that kind of thing. So you've been doing that inner work. So good for you. Good for you. There should be more people doing that, right? If there were more people doing that, then you wouldn't feel like this. Being single, independent means that you're an outcast. Like, no one will approach you because no one's kind of good enough for you, and that's true. No one's good enough for you. It's not that no one's good enough for you. No, I correct myself. Not many people are good enough for you, and that's a true thing. That is how it is. Your choices get narrowed down when you get a higher vibration, for sure. Because there's not many people doing that. What have you got coming in the near future? Well, you got the 10 of Materials. You got the happily ever after. This is building something solid as well. Navigate this right, and you'll build something really solid in the near future here. Remember, this reading is about 5 of Inspiration. It's the card of practice. It's about reaching higher and needing to practice to get there. So, different approach. Right, so let's see more about this. What is this reading also about? About this new approach, but what is it also about? It is about Two of Voices. It's about you not understanding what that approach is. So it's like, I don't know. It's like Two of Materials. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what that approach is. I can either take it slow or I can rush into it. What is the middle ground? What is the middle ground? I don't know. You don't know. That's what this reading is about. You don't know what that middle ground is. You've never had a balanced relationship before. What are your fears? Fears are, I'm hungry. Muse of Voices. Muse of Voices is someone having clarity. Now, someone, the King of Swords is someone else. The Kings, to me as a reader, are always someone else's energy. The Queens are our energy. Kings are someone else's energy, generally for me as a reader. So you're worried. Your fears are that someone's going to see clearly. Someone's going to have clarity, unwanted clarity about you. They're going to, this is the kind of fear of imposter syndrome. Like, what if they realize that I'm not as perfect as I think I am? Or what if they like have clarity that it feels like that I'm not as perfect as they think I am? Or what if they realize that I'm like just a flawed human being like everyone else? Could be a fear of something coming up from the past as well, of someone seeing clearly who you were, because you have done a lot of healing work here, and you might not be proud of who you were in the past. So it could be for some of you something like that, but I think it's more like this imposter syndrome coming up. The imposter syndrome, we get it a lot like in our work and stuff. It's like, what if I find out I'm just a fraud and I don't really know what I'm doing and I'm just bumbling my way through and all of that kind of thing. It's not true, but a lot of us feel that way, especially in our work. Sometimes in relationships too. What are your fears? Any more fears for shells? Queen of Voices. Your fears are that you've got too many boundaries. Too many boundaries. It's that same 9 of materials that I was getting there. It's like, what if I've made myself too? What if my boundaries are so high? What if I've set the bar so high that no one can get over it? What if I'm not open at all and I've slammed the door shut and decided I want this and this and this? I want the moon on a stick, you know, and I want the impossible. You're scared that you're wanting the impossible. You're not. I'm telling you, you're not wanting the impossible. But like I said, there's not many people in that energy, and so yeah, you've got to be aware of that. And it could be that your person, if you've got your eye on someone at the moment, which I'm not really getting, yeah, it could be, they still have some work to do, like you still have some work to do to be truly open to this. So then maybe raising up to reach the bar setting that you've set your bar at, you know. Hopes. What are your hopes, shells? The Lovers. So you want that passion. You want them in your bed. You're like, come on, let's do the passion thing. Yeah, let's do the passion thing. Because if you jump into bed like that, you know what happens? The oxytocin kicks in, and then we get that closeness. And then that just makes everything easier, doesn't it? Once we've got that oxytocin closeness between us. So, Lusty Pants, what else? You've got 4 of materials. You're also hoping to hold your energy back and to do it that mind way too. So you are being pulled in 2 directions here. Part of you wants to do this slowly, part of you wants to do this fast. And a 7 of Voices, you hope you're not deceiving yourself. Yeah, you hope you're not deceiving yourself about this. So let's see what your outcome is. So I'm going to pull these outcome cards out now. I will be revealing them in the deeper dive, so in that extended reading. So if you think this is your story, could be a story, you want that extra guidance. Wow. You want the extra guidance from the deeper dive? Come along with me in there. Oh, okay. So I'm getting a few outcome cards out here because I want it to tell a story of the progression forward. I'll also be getting a timing card out for these progressions forward as well. Oh, wow. We've got some very powerful cards out here, by the way. 1 or 2 more. They jumped out, jumped back in again. 1 or 2 more. There we go. Excellent. There we have your 5-card progression for your outcome. If you want to find out what these are, you can follow me in that deeper dive. I'll also be getting cards out from all of these decks out the back as well to give you clarity, give you some advice, get you timelines as well. Let's help you out in this situation, move you forward. What is the new approach? Let's see if we can figure that one out. In the deeper dive, if you're coming along with me in there, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing, so type your email address in very carefully, because if you get it wrong, you're not going to receive it. Now, the email might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, your junk, or your promotions folder, so check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, to the flower, and to the shell. Click on that shell on your device where you can open PDFs. In that PDF, amongst other things, you will see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it should do. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there and leave a comment and click on that subscribe button with that notification bell. And if you're leaving me here, then good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to the deeper dive, I'll see you in there very shortly.